students, myself Miss Rachna Jain, Associate Professor, Department of English, Government PG College, Rajgarh, Alwar. Today, in this video lecture, I am going to teach you Bacon's famous essay of studies. This essay is for the students of BA Part 3rd, Paper 2nd, Unit 1st, Unit A. The topics of my today's lectures are Introduction to the essayist Bacon, his major works, and the explanation of the text with context. So students, first of all, I will give you the brief introduction of the essayist Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon was born in 1561 in London. He was the youngest son of Sir Nicholas Bacon, the Lord Keeper of the Great Seal in Queen Elizabeth's reign. For some time, he was educated privately, and then he got education at Trinity College, Cambridge, and after that he joined the Gray's Inn in 1576. He started his legal career in 1582 and became a member of Parliament in 1584. Bacon devoted the remaining last 5 years of his life to literary, scientific, and philosophical works. He died in 1626. Being a great scholar, Bacon wrote both in Latin and in English. He is the father of the English essays and is one of the pioneers of modern philosophy too. His important works are Essays, The Advancement of Learning, The History of Henry V, New Atlantis, Maxims of the Law. His essays represent even today the best examples of clarity and brevity. So students, first of all, I tell you the word meaning of the text. Here, serve for delight. It means amuse and entertain or give joy. Ornament means interest and charm in conversation. Ability means ability to discharge the day's duties properly. Chief use, main or principal function. Privateness and retiring means absence of company or solitude. Discourse means conversation. Judgment means decision about doing things. Disposition of business means discharge of duties or actual doing of works. Expert man means man of ability and experience. Specialists. Execute means put into action. Judge means arrive at correct decision. Particulars means details. General counsels means general advice. Marshalling of affairs means collection and organization of matter. Learned means well versed in worldly affairs or wise people. These lines have been taken from the essay of studies written by Bacon. In this essay, the author discusses the purposes, function, and advantages of studies. Here, the author is dealing with the functions of study. Now, I explain you these lines. Bacon says, studies have 3 chief functions. He tells that those persons who are lonely get delighted and satisfaction from their studies. Next, the studies help in imparting beauty to the conversation. And lastly, the studies give the learned person the ability and wisdom to perform his business in a discreet way. Thus, the studies impart pleasure to the lonely hours, beauty and effectiveness to the conversation and exchange of thoughts, and the ability to take a balanced view and consequent suitable action in our daily life. Learned persons are balanced and systematic, and so they judge well before taking actions. These lines are also taken from the essay of studies. Now I tell you the word meaning of these lines. Sloth means laziness, indolence. Affectation means artificiality. Make judgment wholly by their rules means to take decisions entirely on the basis of theoretical learning without considering the practical aspects. Humor means whim or eccentricity. In these lines, the author warns against the dangers of too much studies. Bacon warns that if unusually long time is spent on studies, it is not desirable. The person who spends too much time on reading books becomes slow and incapable of physical activity. The person who relies too much on his knowledge gained through the study of books makes his conversation artificial, formal, and pedantic. Similarly, it is equally inadvisable to take decisions about everyday business with the help of books, because such decisions are impracticable and only the whims of scholars lead to such decisions. Now I tell you the word meanings of these lines. Perfect means develop or grow. Nature means natural ability or talent. Pruning means trimming of plants and trees to help them grow healthily. Give forth directions means lay down rules or give instructions for guidance. Too much at large means too vague and general to be of any practical use. Bounded in means governed or controlled by. Experience means practical knowledge. Here the author is describing the utility of studies and the functions they perform. The knowledge gained through books is made really effective and useful when it is supplemented by the experience of actual life. Here in these lines, Bacon says that studies are of great use. Besides helping the reader in affording pleasure in his hours of loneliness, imparting grace and liveliness to his conversation, and enriching his store of wisdom and knowledge, they also help in the development and cultivation of his talents and natural abilities. But the knowledge gained through studies is itself helped and made more effective by the practical experiences of life. In order to convince us about the soundness of his statement, Bacon uses a very effective simile. He compares the natural plants and abilities to plants and goes on to tell that as plants grow healthier and better when they are trimmed and pruned, so the natural abilities and talents are developed and cultivated favorably when guided and controlled, through the discipline and knowledge of studies. So in these 3 slides, I sum up the idea which Bacon tells that studies give delight to the reader. When we are lonely, sad or depressed, the studies make us cheerful. We enjoy reading. Studies add beauty and charm to our personality. A well-read person is liked and respected for his cultured way of talking, writing, and acting. Studies add to the knowledge and information of the reader and make him a better person because his attitude, actions, and judgment are governed and guided by his knowledge gained through studies. Excess studies are to be avoided. Giving too much time to studies leads to the slowness of action, and such a person becomes theoretical and unrealistic, not a man of action or realist. A man whose actions are guided by studies alone becomes vain and given to taking airs. A person whose decisions are guided by studies alone is liable to face disappointment. So that's all for the day. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.